Have you ever gone to bed completely exhausted, only to find yourself lying awake for hours? Your body feels tired, your eyes feel heavy, yet somehow sleep never arrives. Millions of people experience this every night and assume it's simply stress or bad luck. But what if the real problem starts long before your head touches the pillow? Eventually, boredom takes over. You reach for your phone. Just for a few minutes, you tell yourself. Maybe you'll check messages, watch a short video, or scroll through social media. It feels harmless. After all, you're already awake. One video becomes another. One post becomes 20. The endless stream of content keeps pulling your attention forward. Before you know it, you're no longer trying to fall asleep. You're fully engaged in the digital world. Then you look at the clock. Somehow, it's 3 in the morning. What felt like a few minutes has become hours. Tomorrow's energy, focus, and motivation are already being sacrificed. The next day, you wake up feeling terrible. You're tired, sluggish, and mentally foggy. Coffee helps a little, but something still feels off. It's as if your body never truly rested. To understand why this happens, we need to look at something hidden deep inside your brain, a biological timing system that has been guiding human behavior for thousands of generations.
Scientists call it your circadian rhythm. Think of it as your body's internal clock. It regulates when you feel awake, when you feel sleepy, and even how your hormones are released throughout the day. For most of human history, life followed a simple pattern. People woke up when the sun rose and gradually became tired when darkness arrived. Nature controlled the schedule. At night, the brightest light available was usually a campfire. Compared to modern screens, that light was incredibly weak. The brain could easily recognize that nighttime had arrived. Every morning, sunlight enters your eyes and sends an important message to your brain. The message is simple. Wake up. Be alert. It's daytime. Special cells in your eyes are designed specifically to detect light. They don't help you see images. Instead, they help your brain understand what time of day it is. Once that signal reaches the brain, a tiny structure called the suprachiasmatic nucleus begins coordinating your body's daily schedule. Your body increases alertness, boosts energy production, raises body temperature, and prepares you to be active. Everything is working exactly as evolution intended. Then evening arrives. The amount of natural light begins to decrease. This change tells your brain that it's time to prepare for sleep. One of the most important responses is the release of melatonin.
This hormone helps your body transition into a sleep-ready state. As melatonin rises, you start feeling relaxed. Your body temperature drops slightly. Your mind slows down. Sleep begins to feel effortless. This system worked extremely well for countless generations. Human biology evolved around the predictable cycle of sunlight and darkness. Then something changed. In the last fraction of human history, artificial lighting transformed the world. Suddenly, darkness was no longer truly dark. For the first time, humans could create daylight-like environments long after sunset. Streets, buildings, homes, and screens remained brightly illuminated. Today, many people spend their evenings surrounded by multiple screens. Phones, computers, tablets, televisions, all competing for attention. These devices emit significant amounts of blue light, and blue light happens to be one of the strongest signals your brain associates with daytime. Not all light affects the brain equally. Warm lighting has a smaller effect. Blue-rich light is much more effective at convincing your brain that the sun is still shining. This creates a problem. Your eyes see bright blue light, but the rest of the world is dark.
your brain receives conflicting information. As far as your biological clock is concerned, it may still be daytime. The brain doesn't know you're watching videos in bed. It only sees light. As a result, melatonin production decreases. The hormone designed to help you sleep begins arriving later than it should.
Even if you feel physically tired, your brain may remain biologically awake. Sleep becomes harder to achieve. You spend more time trying to fall asleep. You wake up more often, and overall sleep quality begins to suffer. Research suggests that disrupted sleep can affect memory, mood, learning, and even long-term health outcomes. The effects don't end when you wake up. Poor sleep directly impacts concentration and mental performance during the day. Tasks that normally feel easy suddenly require extra effort. Thinking becomes slower. Focus becomes harder to maintain. Your body starts looking for ways to compensate. More coffee, more energy drinks, more stimulation. Mood can suffer too. Small problems feel larger. Patience decreases. Stress becomes more difficult to manage. Then, a vicious cycle begins. Poor sleep leaves you tired. Being tired reduces self-control. Reduced self-control makes late-night scrolling more likely. The very thing contributing to poor sleep becomes the thing you rely on when you can't sleep. The cycle feeds itself. Night after night, the pattern repeats. Over time, your internal clock becomes increasingly disconnected from the natural day-night cycle. The result is a generation that often feels tired, despite having more access to comfort, technology, and convenience than any generation before it. Fortunately, your biological clock is remarkably adaptable. Small changes can make a huge difference. One of the most effective is simply reducing screen exposure before bed. Morning sunlight is another powerful tool. Exposing your eyes to natural daylight shortly after waking helps reset your internal clock and strengthens your circadian rhythm. In the evening, dim your lights whenever possible. Create an environment that signals nighttime to your brain rather than daytime. Your brain isn't broken. Your body isn't failing. It's simply responding to signals from a modern environment that it never evolved to handle. Understanding those signals is the first step toward better sleep, better energy, and a healthier life. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, subscribe to Mind Missions, and tell us in the comments, how long before bed do you stop using your phone? See you in the next mission.